What is the point of doing a warm-up routine at the start of your practice session? There are two reasons. The first is to focus your mind. By working on little exercises that tickle the brain just a little bit but are not too intense to focus on, we can start to forget about the rest of our day and our problems and devote our attention to the instrument and the practice session at hand. The second reason for a warm-up is to focus the body. Now, many people use warm-ups just to get the fingertips warm and working on the fretboard, but we can also take that time to do a mental note and go through our body, seeing if we have any tension in our shoulders, our chest, our neck, our legs, etc., so that we can maintain good posture and have a successful practice session from a physical standpoint. I make no promises with the warm-up exercises that I'm about to present you that they will improve your playing at a technical level. There are so many videos out there that claim, do this one warm-up exercise or do this one technical exercise and it will improve your playing. This is not that, and I hope you guys know that those videos are kind of BS at this point. Instead, what I offer with these are ways to begin focusing your attention and focusing your body at the task at hand, and to help your fingers get used to the 8-string guitar. All of these exercises make use of all of the strings on the 8-string guitar, so they are excellent if you are switching from a 6-string to an 8-string or are just beginning on 8-string. Before we get going, you can download all of these exercises for free in the description below. I'll put the link right at the top, and there's also a little paid write-up if you like to have the notes laid out in front of you for you to keep track of what you're doing. So grab your guitar, get comfortable, and let's get ready to do some practicing. Our first exercise works on larger movements throughout the arm and the wrist. To begin, you're going to play fret 1 on string 8 using finger 1. From there, play the interval of a perfect fifth, aka a power chord shape, so use finger 3 on the adjacent string. Play the notes individually, so not letting them ring together like a chord, and throughout the exercise we're going to play with a legato feel. Once you've played the second note with your third finger, replace that note with your index finger and play it again. This is our new starting position on fret 3. From here, repeat the pattern, up the strings, and replacing the third finger with the first finger as you go. Once you get to the top at fret 16, you can reach up to fret 23 if you have it, and if you want to complete the pattern. Otherwise, you can just turn around right there. The focus of this exercise is physical, keeping that arm heavy and relaxed as you move, trying to create a nice smooth motion as you change positions. Eventually, as you speed it up a little bit and get more comfortable, you can try to smooth out the exercise so that the arm feels like it is making one continual motion from the bottom of the neck to the top, and then one motion from the top back to the bottom. To make this a little bit more difficult, try closing your eyes as you do this exercise. This will train your fingers to know where they are on the neck without the use of a visual aid. This is easier if you can do it without ever disconnecting from the neck completely. Never have any moment where your fingers are not touching the neck. Exercise 2 uses a technique called hammering on from nowhere. This is kind of the precursor exercise to do selective picking, so if you're looking to learn how to do that, this one is an excellent choice. You're going to want to pick any material that you are already relatively comfortable with. This can be an arpeggio, a scale, a finger pattern, another warm-up exercise, etc. On the PDF, I have just written out a C major arpeggio and a D minor pentatonic scale. What you have to do for this exercise is play every note only with a hammer on, meaning that you cannot use your pick. The right hand is still there to mute the strings and to kind of control the sound of your guitar, but all of the attack is coming from the left hand. The focus of this exercise is both mental and physical. Mentally, we have to really focus and slow our playing down in order to check our accuracy with what we're performing. Physically, the goal of this exercise is, again, to kind of weed out any tension that might be in your body. So the only moments of tension are going to be when your finger increases in velocity to perform the hammer on, and then if you're going to be holding the note, it can have its minimal tension just to sustain the note. Besides that, there should be no tension in any fingers not being used in your wrist, in your elbow, in your shoulder, or in your neck. Exercise 3 is my go-to right now, as it is both fun and doesn't actually sound that bad. So to begin, you're going to choose any pair of fingers. Finger 1 and 3 is written out in the PDF, and then you're going to choose any position in which you like to work on or become more comfortable playing in. On the PDF, I have chosen to write it out in position 5. So using one finger per string, we're going to ascend all of the strings in one position. You're going to downpick all the notes until you get to that first string, and then on the way back, as you get to your lower strings, you're going to uppick every note. Alternate your fingers as you go, and then you can do the same on the return. There are a ton of variations you can choose to do on this exercise just by picking different positions or by switching up what finger pairs you're working on. And if you really want to, you can do more than 2 fingers and create interesting patterns using 3 or 4. I love this exercise because it's great for getting your hands used to the fact that there are 2 extra strings than normal if you've switched from 6 string to 8 string, and it forces you to go up and down all of them over and over and over in a cycle. This one's really fun if you want to try to jump around your neck as you play and see if you can maintain the same picking feeling and left hand feeling as you jump around from your higher strings to your lower strings. Finally, exercise 4 is a great alternative to playing the 1, 2, 3, 4 exercise that is done to death and doesn't do that much for your playing. Again, I've chosen 5th position just for ease for the PDF. An interesting thing to note when you play the chromatic scale is that one note will always be out of reach of the position you're playing in, other than between string 3 and 2. So when you're ascending the chromatic scale, the most economic movement to get this note is going to be to reach back with that index finger to the fret behind the position you're in, and then to pull the index finger back in. When you're descending the scale, it's going to be to reach up to the next string with the pinky to grab the out of position note, and then to pull the pinky in. So pulling the finger into the hand is much easier than pushing it out of the hand, and that's why we do it this way. The focus of this exercise is physical, and it's on the micro accuracy of playing with the fingertips. So go as slow as you need to for this to happen. We also get to focus on our picking at a micro level. So whatever picking you like to do, whether it's alternate picking, economy, hybrid, circular, whatever you want to call it, try to keep the motion small and controlled without introducing extra tension into the right hand, or the right shoulder for that matter. Try to maintain an even picking volume between each string, and even try to mask when you change strings. The next level of this exercise is to try accenting in different groupings. So here you can hear me doing a 3 accent, but you can also try 5s and 6s and 2s and whatever you like. The odd number of notes per string is going to make it so that it is difficult no matter which grouping you choose. So now I'd love to hear from you guys. What are your favorite warm-ups and what do you use them to focus on before your practice session? Let me know in the comments down below, and hopefully some other people can give them a try and maybe they'll find them useful as well. If you find what I'm doing on this channel useful, then you can always go and show your support by buying me a coffee or any of my paid PDFs down in the description below. It lets me stay caffeinated and pumping out the 8-string content for you guys to work on. So that's it for today. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and as always, happy practicing.